But Callback started as a dream. I had a few friends of mine. One of the kids who worked at the time with me was a young guy named young actor named Ja'Cory Gums. He was a brilliant kid. I mean, this kid is just really, really smart. And we just started. We always used to hang out and go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and eat really bad, unhealthy food. And we would just start dreaming, you know. And one of the dreams was this silly sitcom idea we had in our heads. So we decided to just shoot it and try it. And we needed a company name. And living in Hollywood, you realize you're surrounded by so many actors. And the one thing everybody had in common was they had that dream of a callback.
It was quite clear to me that whatever business model I get into, I don't want to trade time for money, at least not for long. So progressively, I wanted a business model where I could progressively work less time but earn more money. And the reason for that is because I need to do much more than working. One of the things that I'm very passionate about is economically empowering other people. And if I'm going to go and buy another job in the form of a business, I was still going to be trapped in the same thing. I wasn't going to be able to have enough time to do mentorship and to do the things that I am passionate about doing.
I'd been starting businesses in high school, in varsity, and so forth. So I just decided to go into it fully fledged. Didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I know it was more or less along the lines of mining, properties, and technology. So I partnered up with my business partner and good brother of mine, Willem Janse van Rensburg, and we started Leo Fortis Group in 2012, and we've been going strong ever since. We've got a business in South Sudan, which has got a power project with the government of Eastern Equatoria, which is to provide electricity to pretty much people who've never seen electricity in their lives. And also in South Africa, we've got Tesio Technology Systems, which is a communication platform for open pit mines for vehicles when they actually enter the pit. That's an R&D phase, but we're actually still busy with the POC and so forth.
So in 2009, I went down and I registered the company Callback Dreams in South Africa, and that began, you know, what has now been almost 5 years running as a successful company. I mean, we've produced amazing, incredible work. We shot. We're most famous for Mafikizolo's Corner video, which is a crazy story on its own. We shot Happiness for Mafikizolo. We shot, I think, over 8 videos for Proverb. I'm now Proverb's manager. He's one of my best friends. I'm one of his business partners. You know, the amount of opportunities that have come out from that dream, you know, where you just take the risk. You just jump in it and you just say, you know what, I'm gonna give it all I have, and nothing else. If nothing else comes out of it, at least I say I tried. I gave it serious effort, and I really, really tried. And thank God it's worked out. You know.
I left corporate about 7-8 months ago, and I'd been agitated for a while within corporate before I left corporate because there was always something missing, and working within a box, you know, I wasn't working optimally. I wasn't able to tap into a lot of what I wanted to do, what I felt I could do within corporate. So it was quite limited for me. I enjoyed my job. I felt that I was adding value, but you know, for the last 2-3 years, really, probably 4 years, I felt like I could do more, and I felt like I just needed to spread my wings.
So I'd say the biggest thing for actually starting the business was purely because of passion and loving business and actually doing what you actually love, instead of, we could have stayed in corporate, we could have stayed in Deloitte and earned really good salaries, but decided to go the other route.
Watch the money. Even as a creative, you know, as creatives, our biggest downfall is usually to get caught in the creative. We're artists, you know, pure, etc., and we just get caught in like the doing and the being of the art and not following the business. And the downfall on that is not watching your numbers, not understanding what your profit margins really, really, really are. Because sometimes on paper, in theory, you said, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk away from this job. Let's call it with like if the job is worth R1,000,000, I'm gonna walk away from this job easily with like 200,000 Rand profit or 100,000 Rand profit. But not understanding, what do you mean by that?
So, because my background is in investment banking within the development finance space, I know the statistics about starting your own business, and the failure rates, and the fact that small businesses, 90% of small businesses fail within the first 2 to 5 years. When I went into business, I knew I didn't want to be part of that statistic. So I wasn't going to go and do what those businesses do. So I wasn't going to go and start the kind of business where I would need to borrow a lot of money up front, or that I needed to spend a lot of capex up front. Certainly, as a business person, what I did is that I spent a lot of money in my personal development.
Most business people would say that money is an issue, but what we found with us is that people is an issue. Attracting the right type of people, attracting the right type of right-minded people who actually are coming in with that business focus, not necessarily employees, because when you're an entrepreneur, especially when you're starting out, since we're like 2 years old, you want people who actually are focused on actually growing the business, not necessarily clocking in and clocking out at the end of the day. And also the right type of skills, because we really heavily geared towards the engineering sector. So you want people who actually can do the work, but sometimes you have to balance it out because of the fact that budgets are an issue and so forth. And you want people who've been in industry for quite a while, not necessarily people who've just come out of university, which is another issue, is that you struggle to actually get good people because our universities are not churning out people in huge droves at the end of the day.